I'm about to press go live on YouTube. Let's see what happens.
Oh, good! It really helps if you press that before we try to go live.
Yeah, okay. You know what? It has to light up first.
Right.
And we're
Fair.
live on all the places that we go live on. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to our weekly Friday live stream. Today we are playing Firestone Idle RPG, and you may notice that we look a little different than normal. We'll
This is
explain
who I
that.
am on the inside. It really is.
Boom. Kind of like that companion I made in friend Kong Stein's lab.
Yeah!
Which is
Actually,
you can go play right now on the Discord.
and I actually finally contributed my own, and I'm planning to show that off later in today's stream. So that's a nice little teaser for some content we might have by the end of the stream.
Perfect. I love it. All right. So who am I? I'm Sophia. I'm Kongregate's brand marketing manager. We have my co-host.
I'm a dragon. I'm a dragian. A dragian. I'm Adrian. I'm Adrian. Put the word dragon into Adrian. That's who I am today. A dragion.
Adrian the Dragon.
This is why you're the brand marketing manager.
And then we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, special guest?
I'm not that special, but my name is Vlad, and I'm with Holyday Studios, the developers of the Firestone online idle RPG. So, yep.
Thank you for joining us today. And y'all need to be so thankful that Vlad is joining us today because so as y'all know, if you join us in the YouTube chat, you are entered. Speaking of which, Adrian, do you have our bot open?
Do you mean have I prepared and am I doing my job? Yes. For once,
Okay.
I can confidently say yes.
Great, we can both confidently say yes because I didn't do that. Okay. Anyway, so as y'all are aware, or most of you are aware, we give away 100 creds to 2 people each live stream, but we got some extra loot added to our giveaway today. So thank you, Holyday Studios, for adding 5,000 in-game gems. Like, oh my god.
Do you guys realize how much that is? Tons. That is.
I know.
It's 5 times our number. Oh no, it's even more than that. So yeah, there you go.
So thank you so much for adding more loot to the giveaway. It's really exciting. And all you have... My hat fell
See,
off.
if the hat falls off, the pumpkinness intensive. See, y'all missed it when I logged in to this stream. The first thing I was like, "Oh, Sophia, you're a pumpkin." Like that's all I can see. It's just like the perfect round. Anyway, I'm helping.
Thank you.
Sorry, I at least I didn't say that to a crowd of people because that would be awkward, embarrassing, and things.
I forgive you.
Oh, good! It's a Halloween miracle.
I was also surprised when you came in and you actually tried.
Hey, Green Adrian! That took some effort on my part. I had to tune that color just right.
All right, so TLDR, chat with us on the YouTube chat, and then you will be entered to win 5,000 gems and 100 creds, which is amazing and our biggest giveaway on the live stream yet. So
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. What else is new on Kongregate? You may be wondering.
I was.
Yes, I bet you were. New game, Repopulation. If you were here for our live stream of the reboot with Cryptor's studio developers, they added the sequel to the reboot, which is Repopulation. And then Law of the Cat God, which is like
Oh yeah! I haven't played this one yet, but it's already really popular both like in the company and with people on the site. So it's like definitely one of the weirdest games we've gotten this year.
It is. It's very silly. I think it was made by someone who like was like a big fan of Kongregate, and then they were able to like bring their game, and they were like really excited because I saw some comments in the comment section from the dev that was like, oh, like I'm so glad to finally like contribute my own game. So that was
That's
cool.
awesome. Like, and for y'all listening, we love that. We love to hear the stories of like, hey, you know, I either played a bunch of Flash games before, or I even made some dinky Flash games, and hey, look, now it's X years later, and I'm making my own games. Like, we want to hear those stories, and if we can, we would love to host your content. Like, we love our community even as far back in history as it goes.
Yes, thank you. And we also have Wintergate, which is a winter-themed platformer. Have you played that one?
I did play that one for a bit. I played it because, yeah, it's really nice. Like, the controls, it takes a little bit of time to get used to that, like, delay with the hook. But once you get used to it, it's this platformer that has this swinging mechanic in it. And I just meant to play for like a minute, and it became 30 minutes, and then it became an hour. And then my manager, was getting upset at me. So it's a good game.
Oh my god. All right.
Repopulation is too. I did want to say something real quick. Like, if you did see that last stream and talking that the developer, the artist that was with us, about how they kind of developed the gameplay from the story, and listening to them talk about what repopulation was, and then finally getting a chance to play it was really cool. So, if you have played repopulation already, I recommend going back and watching that stream. I think it'll make it that much more interesting. If you've seen that stream and you haven't played the game yet, I highly recommend it.
Yes, thank you. And then also today's game Firestone has a limited has like a Halloween event with some limited time avatars, one of whom I am dressed as. So
Pumpkinhead?
Oh my god.
The thing is, there is a Pumpkinhead as the mascot, so you walk right into that one. I even know that his name's Maxwell, because I was just doing that event earlier today.
Oh my god. What's my name?
Amberlin, I would say, because there are several avatars that we've prepared for the event, and the one was the red-headed witch, which obviously you are. So. And Maxwell Pumpkinhead, something, Jack-o'-lantern running across the game screen and losing his head every damning time.
Hey, I'm picking up for him. We're helping. I was going to say, Sophia, I'm pretty sure you are. You know what I just realized? I'm about to say it. I just realized that today I am the four-eyed dragon. Like, I have.
I know. I was thinking that.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's 6 eyes, actually.
6 eyes, correct.
There we go, 4 eyes. Except for I'm really, really blind without these, y'all.
So actually, you are dressed as our other avatar, which is an arachnid. The spider, which has multitude of eyes, probably 6, maybe 8. You never know with the spiders, but. Yeah.
I like that idea. I'm like some spider dragon crossbreed, where I lost 2 pair of eyes, but I gained being dragon.
We definitely should have one of these monsters, spider dragons in the game. Yeah, I'll pass it to the design team.
Y'all, Firestone community, y'all are welcome for the coolest enemy that's going to get added to the game, spider dragons.
You know whom to write letters for it,
Oh, the thing is, knowing my luck, it'll be something that is unbalanced for a week or 2, and so they'll just bombard my inbox with hate mail. That's just how my luck tends to play out. Sophia, did we have any more updates? Have I distracted us long enough? Sophia? What has happened?
I don't know if she hears us. Sophia, you still
I don't
with
see
us?
if you can hear.
On the off chance that I'm the only one that's showing up and everyone else is being weird, I don't know what's happening.
I've had this happen. We saw this on the other side once.
I assume it's my Wi-Fi that's pooping and not everyone else.
Yeah, she is in a completely separate call. She doesn't even see us. She doesn't even know. She thinks Oh, this is great. So anyway, I'll take over while Sophia figures this out. We're gonna play a bit of Firestone. We'll just get that going, and Sophia can bring the. Is she here? Nope, she's just giggling. I'm just gonna have to send her a message.
Please do, because she's typing.
You're gonna need to quit and rejoin, buddy, I think. Oh.
You can hear me?
Happy Halloween, y'all! Oh, this is not how I thought this. You know, we usually have fairly cursed streams, but this is not what I was expecting today. So while she's figuring that out, I was playing a bit of some Firestone earlier today to like kind of catch up because we played this account on stream a while ago, and I kind of forgot it's an idle game and it levels up as you're not playing it. So I came back and I had so many resources and the enemies were so strong and I had no idea what to do. So I spent a bit of time learning and re-catching up. And I think, let's check after I've said all this, I'm pretty sure things are pretty good now. And yeah, I think I'm stuck on this boss still. I think this guy has too much HP for me. But I have a very specific goal for this stream. Because at some point... Oops, wrong button. This adorable character was added. I love this thing. This is just the cutest thing in the game by my opinion.
It's not only yours, I believe it is the cutest thing in all the game, you know.
So I'm trying to figure out the best way to get the resources to unlock this. And so from what I understand, I need to evolve the fairy once to level 2, which I need to get to level 10 first, and then I'll be able to unlock the dragon. Is that true?
You have to, not a level 2 of Grace, but rather you have to evolve her to the nymph and then try to unlock the second card.
All right, cool.
I thought about dressing up as one of those fairies, but...
That would have really been cool, because think about it. We have like a fairy versus dragon. We could have decided which one chat thinks is better. I think this is a great competition since we already know which one's the cutest.
Oh no, it's doing it. Oh Lord.
So,
why is this happening?
what I am going to do is... So I found like a lot of ways during the game that I can unlock this resource, which is great. But I also found out that I can use my favorite ability in every game on our website, which is the power of creds. So, while Sophia figures that out, I am going to... Oh, she's back!
Wait, what's happening? I was using my Ethernet cable. Can you hear?
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
That's so weird. I just can't hear y'all.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I realized that would be a very redundant question afterwards. So I was talking a little bit about my goals for Firestone at the moment. If you're back with us, are there any updates you want to finish or anything?
I feel like you went on without me, but
The show must go on, and that is my philosophy, so...
It must. So, as we mentioned earlier, Kong Stein is an event up on Discord. It will be up until the end of the month, so you still have time. Yeah, so the in the description you can get a link to Discord, and then and make your own companion made out of the parts of other companions, which sounds gross and weird, but it's fun, I promise.
It's really fun. I finally made one. I had a blast making it. I was really surprised at how, like, once you start putting like 1 or 2 pieces on, it kind of just evolves from there.
And then, sorry, I was reading. I wasn't like, oh yeah, I don't care.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I did that again. I was reading some of the people's comments because they were all like letting us know, like, we can hear all of you, but for some reason you can't hear each other. Thank you, by the way. I love that y'all are always here letting us know what's going on. But yes, what Adrian said. And then we also have the Who's That Companion, which just started. Wait, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not.
Yes, it just started yesterday.
I'm not just making that up.
Oh, I should have just dropped it. No, that's next week. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'd be like, uh-oh. Anyway.
Anyway, is that it for updates? Are we in Firestone? Did you have anything to introduce there, or?
Am I missing something?
I don't think so. I have no idea. I'm asking.
Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned the new avatars.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm not interrupting when I give this cat my lively. Why do you have that?
I thought that it fit the fantasy theme.
Yeah, it fits Kong Stein's monster more if you have it on your hand like that.
You know what it does also?
Oh, great. Vlad, do you have any random animal heads around your place that I should know about?
No, I can just quote Stephen King, but I have a heart of a young boy in a jar on my desk.
Oh, God, I was so worried because there was that moment of hesitation. I was so worried to be like, oh, yeah, 1 second. All right. So I'm in the middle of dragon hunting. And what I've realized is this package here costs the exact amount, 100 creds, that you could win by listening to us and chatting in our stream. So I'm going to pick this pack up. And I did not do the math to see if this will unlock the dragon or not. So here we go. Okay, so I need to get this to level 10. Let's go! I'm already not going to have enough. I think it cost 300 to level it up. Or to evolve it.
So you made a newbie mistake and miscalculated your advance.
Yup! It's really nice. Math is a hindsight thing for me. Okay, so back to the game so I can get more of this resource.
I have a question. I have a question for Vlad, but also if you
Sure.
you're saying something.
No.
Okay. So I wanted to know more about like the creation of the world of Alandria and like how this came to be.
It's been a while, I can tell you that, because the project itself is 5 years old, and the game has been in operation for 4 now. But all of us being gamers, you know, there was, sorry for the background noise possibly, you know, the old Interplay slogan, by gamers for gamers, you know. A lot of us played MMOs, World of Warcraft, you know, Lineage and the rest. So we've taken a lot of inspiration from this, making it initially basically single player RPG, you know, dialing it back towards the earlier day of the computer games evolution. But since then, since 2019, the game has been through several iterations, and right now is, yeah, a multiplayer idle game, which may like.
I was going to ask that too about some of like the recent changes, because we played this on stream earlier this year, and one of my first comments when we did so was, wow, it feels like it's just changed a lot since I last played it, and at that point it had only been like a couple of months. And this time too, it feels like a lot has like improved and changed since I played it. So, like, What's kind of going on in your guys' studios? It seems like you guys are in like a really like strong like revitalization period with this project. Been putting a lot. Like it's just been feeling really smooth.
It's not when you talk about revitalization. It sounds like, I don't know, reanimation to me. It's not a corpse. It's a living,
Oh yeah.
breathing organism. You know, a game which is not only in her prime, but rather in her teens, because we're off the global launch yet, and we have really long-going plans with it. So yeah, we've put during several last months, we've put a lot of work into some quality of life changes. You know, some smaller and smallish UI and UX changes, just to make the process a little bit smoother. And the work isn't finished by far. I mean, we have like at least 6 months plans. You know, just making the user experience better and better and better with each patch. On top of the features that would be added, you know, new features, new mechanics, which will be added to the game. So it's a continuous growth. I wouldn't say it revitalization, rather.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe evolution
You know?
is the better word. Like it definitely, like it was good, but it feels like it's just so much smoother. Like you guys have put so much effort into the user experience. Like I said, I got dumped back into this game with this account after not playing for a while, and I was kind of like, what do I do? And I really gotta commend you guys on your UX, because your user experience, because I was able to go one notification, one pop-up at a time, and slowly get my account set back up, and now I'm comfortably playing again. So you guys are nailing it.
Kudos to you. Maybe a little bit to us as well.
I just followed the menus. Don't like you already saw me not count correctly, so don't give me too many kudos.
Well, Adrian, you're like dissing yourself, so I don't have.
Oh yeah, good point. I guess I was just kind of expecting it from you, and I was just trying to get ahead of it.
Perfect. That's the way to do it. So how were the limited time Halloween avatars like decided upon, like what they would be?
It's a process, always. And usually it's not a brainstorm by, you know, all of the team, because, you know, developers, they would rather be focused on fixing the problems or developing new features for the game. But the game designers and artists, they usually just throw ideas back and forth, you know, and some get discarded, some are kept. We have a policy, as with all the avatars of recent. We would love to have some nice and one a little bit wonky, let's say so. And so we just exchange ideas until we are satisfied. You know, we unlike many game developing companies, we do not set, or rarely set, deadlines like give me 5 ideas within 5 minutes. No, we do that until we are satisfied with the result that we would deliver, with the notion of the players would have some fun, you know.
Oh, that's what I wanted to try today.
What was that?
I just remembered that I want to try out the prestige mode, because that is something that apparently my crew of dudes unlocked while I was away, and so I was gonna see what that's like. So I think what I needed to do, I was just checking this out. I didn't want to click the button. I wanted to click the button live on stream so you guys can watch me try to figure out how this works. But this, I don't know. Usually good things happen when we do these prestige things, right? So let's see what happens. Maybe I was more gold. Great. So, like, now that I've done this, Vlad, what would you have advised?
Prestige being the common mechanic to any idle game, basically what it is on the cover, you know. You have completed your adventure, you kept it, and you begin anew, but with the added bonuses. In this case, if you turn your attention to the upper right corner of your screen, you earn
Money, money, money.
more money, yeah. which you can spend on the hero upgrades and basically progress further in the game. The idea
Okay.
is constant progression, a little bit further, one step at the time.
What's the strategy? Because like in other games, like in other idle games, like ones that I played, like on our site have like incremental cubes, for example. There's like these walls you hit where you kind of have to prestige to get over them. What's kind of the meta or the idea around prestiging in this game? Like when do you want to prestige?
Prestige isn't meta. Prestige is a part of the rather core gameplay, I would say, in this case.
Oh.
But it's a mechanic which allows you to get this progress rather fast. I was fascinated to learn that there are players in our game who play literally for years and have prestiged once. They decide they take it to the next level, to the Buddhist level of idol, just spending time on meditation, waiting for them to progress. And they are rather far in the game, They forego this mechanic, which is, in my opinion, is vital to the game, But they find their own ways to exploit the game mechanics, and it's fabulous, We haven't
That's
heard of anybody doing this for years without any prestige, but some people do, and they have fun doing so. And
Hey, if you're having fun, that's the point of a game.
So
All right.
we have a question. Oh wait, did you want to say something? I don't want to move past pieces of the game. Okay. So DHA Speedruns asked, what do you think about using an auto clicker in an idle game?
Oh.
We're perfectly fine with it. I mean, there are no restrictions at all. And again, speaking from the legacy of a product which has some years under its belt, we know our player base and we love them to death. So people employ the use of autoclickers. Man, some of them write extended scripts for their autoclickers for the game to be played, and they just like to watch as it is as the program is being executed and perfect to an ideal result. Again, the different way to play the same game, and I love that many people have they find these little kinks and just employ them during the gameplay. So no, we are not limiting the use of autoclicker at all. Feel free to.
There you go.
There you go. DHA Speedruns is a frequent member of our community, and if his name is not an indicator, likes to do speedruns. So I think he'll find some creative solutions in your game.
I could challenge him, to make a speedrun out of an idle game like Firestone. If he can speedrun this,
I think that's what he does on our site. I think he speedruns idle games. So I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but there might be a challenge accepted.
Do you
bring them on.
Love it. So this is a good reminder that we're going to roll for creds pretty soon. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask Vlad about being a game developer or about Firestone, what his fantasy movie is, feel free to ask that in the chat, or you can answer questions like, what is your favorite fantasy movie in the chat?
Or I could ask, who is your favorite of the heroes, and why is it Boris and his awesome beard?
Yes. Also,
I just remember last year.
I don't know if you have noticed, but if you check all of the heroes, you can click show all. You would notice that somehow, and we actually learned that from the chart. We were so oblivious of the fact that each and every one of the male character is bearded.
It has a beard.
Yeah. Whereas if you check our boiler room, back at the office, beards constitute maybe a half
Huh!
of the male populace. So,
Wow, it is every single character. Every single guy has a beard. That's hilarious.
and the cherry on top, our lead artist, who is in charge of designing
Uh-huh.
all of these beautiful characters, he's one of the clean-shaven guys. So
Well, maybe he has secret aspirations. Maybe there's something that he needs to. He needs to grow his own. Get it out of his system.
all I can
Also-
say to Marius, follow your dream, grow a beard.
Also, now that I can see all the characters, I haven't seen them all before. I want to get to this guy. I already love this guy's whole aesthetic he has going on. This is
I
great.
thought about dressing up like him because I had the orange wig.
Oh, that would have been great. It would have been.
I didn't have an orange beard, so.
I mean, you could now. I'm glad that you cosplayed Maxwell the Pumpkinhead. So, like, thank you. So now that we can see all of these, Vlad, which one is actually your favorite of these heroes? Oops.
Probably the one that I haven't got yet on my personal account. To be honest, I've been playing computer games for like a lot of years, like maybe 40 of them. So, and I'm a little bit of the munchkin, a little bit of the min-maxer. I'm always in the search of the best strategy to succeed in the game. And so any goal that is beyond my reach, becomes this itching something
Okay.
that drives me to get it. And once it's passed, as the Japanese people usually say, the goal is intermittent. The way, the way that leads you to it and past it and to the next one is everything. So, yeah.
Having lived in Japan for a while, I would agree with that sentiment as far as, that's how the culture is there. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm a fan of Boris. I don't know what it is. I just like, I can go in these phases. Sometimes I like my magic castery people, but like a lot of times in these worlds that have this like great, awesome magic, I like the guy that just has a sword and a shield and is like, I'll fight this. I don't care.
All right. Are we ready for creds? Everyone's saying creds in the chat. Everyone is screaming creds in the chat right now.
Guys, we're talking about Boris, okay? Let's put some respect on the conversation.
All right, creds!
Okay, I can roll. All right, I'll count down in the chat. 5, 4. I should have started from 6 for Six-Eyed Dragon. 3.
I actually have a fun fact about the whole four-eyed dragon thing.
Okay. And roll it. XEIV0000 is once again our winner. Congratulations! Oh! I am forgetting that this is not just our normal 100 creds.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
XIV.
Share
We'll need
with
to-
us your username, and then I will make sure that the Holyday Studios devs have your username, and then because time zone differences, they'll be able to give you the creds their Monday.
Yeah, given that this is 10, it was 10 when we started Pacific Daylight, but for us it was like late Friday after a busy week, rather busy week with the Halloween event just starting. We will get to it first thing Monday, but we will get there. So yeah, send us your Kong username and we'll see that you receive your reward.
We really appreciate you being with us today. If it is that late after a busy week, your time. Like, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, we have the username, and I am putting it in my notes so that I can send it on. All right, there we go.
Oh, all my levels reset too. Whoops. Okay, I should probably start reinvesting in my character. Boris, we need you, buddy.
All right. They were asking, is there only one giveaway? There are two, so there will be another giveaway later in the stream. So keep chatting with us, and you will, hopefully have well, you'll have another chance to win.
You will have another chance to win.
I was like, you will hopefully win, but I'm like saying that to everyone and only one other person. But you can join us for more live streams, and we'll give away creds. But this one is extra special with the 5,000 gems added to the creds.
Which, let me tell you what, after spending 1,000 gems to get, and I'm already getting that much closer to my dragon friend, you can do a lot with 5,000 gems in this game. You can do a lot with 5,000 gems.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Which reminds me, nope, wrong place. How much farther am I away from my goal? And also, we're about halfway through the stream, so we probably should switch over to Vlad's account so he can show some cool content that isn't just playing around with these small numbers. How much closer can I get while I'm here? This is a goal.
Way, I do actually want to hear what everyone's favorite fantasy movie is, so like, just saying.
Fantasy movie? I'm not much into movies, you know, I'm more about books, but...
Oh, fantasy book then. I actually
fantasy book as well.
Fantasy movie / book, but I was going to ask them in 2 different questions, but give either one.
I would quote the lovely Axis of Awesome with the song "The Book Was Better." So fantasy, I don't know, probably Andrzej Sapkowski's Witcher series. The books, not the actual series. I have had the privilege almost 30 years ago, no, was it 25? Actually meeting the guy back in Moscow. He's a really nice person. Very knowledgeable historian, you know, who wrote pages and pages on the Arthurian cycle, you know, Legends of the Knights of the Round Table. Really great guy. Others, I don't know, Glenn Cook, Black Company series, something like this. Aspirin with the, you know, myth series as well. There are no like top one, rather than the long list of the books that I like.
It's great.
This makes sense, you know.
Honestly, take your time listening to them because I'm more of a sci-fi person, and so I'm like thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, what's my favorite fantasy movie?
Okay, we can talk sci-fi anyway, you know.
Oh no, we gotta stay on top. I think we did.
Cecil Liu, the 3-body problem, you know, probably one of the best.
Yes,
you know?
That's the book I was gonna mention. That is my all-time favorite sci-fi series. 3-body problem just has completely changed what sci-fi can be to me. It's so good.
Do you know that his moniker in the Chinese science fiction writers circle is the Big Lou, basically. They honor him, you know, as the big... He's rather slim, but the big, like, you know, as the best.
That's awesome! Like, okay, fantasy. I gotta think of something for fantasy. And I know it's kind of it's the mainstream one, but it is honestly the Lord of the Rings series. Like I haven't read the books yet. I only saw the movies for the first time. I think like 3 years ago. Like I said, I don't really interact with a lot of fantasy. One of my friends when I was living in Japan was leaving the country. She's a huge fan of the series, and she rewatches the entire extended edition every year, as well as reads the books every year.
Wow.
And so and this was like a week before she left, she's like, I want to watch the entire extended series with you. And so that was how I started Lord of the Rings. And I was ready to be like, hey, this is really good. But it's obvious that, like, you know, maybe it's like older, or, you know, how sometimes like really influential media can like then make a bunch of media that's very similar to it. And so I didn't think I was going to get that into it. It just still holds up so well, even for a newcomer to that series.
Yeah. It's kind of like how there's a lot of like movies and books that are based on Dune. And so it's like, if you haven't read that one, you might be like, oh, this is just like everything else. But it's like, no, actually everything else is just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dune is, by the way, probably one of the greatest, you know, sci-fi universes ever created. Frank Herbert, one love since I was 13.
Yeah.
It's in my audiobooks as the next one, because one of my friends basically pitched it to me as Dune is what Lord of the Rings is, but for sci-fi. Like that's how influential it is. I bought it that day, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but it is something I really want to listen to soon.
Yeah. I have the book. Technically, it's actually my friend's book, but they lent it to me so I could start reading it. But right now I'm reading The Stand by Stephen King, and I kind of feel like that's like it's like kind of in between fantasy and sci-fi a little bit. You know, I think that's kind of where a lot of Stephen King stuff kind of lies, is kind of in between. I mean, a lot of it's just like straight up fantasy or like horror fantasy, I guess. But like, I do kind of feel like there's a good amount that's kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah, no, actually, I know what you're talking about, because I was thinking of like books I read when I was younger. Because when I was a teenager, I was a little more into fantasy. But the fantasy that I would read wasn't like, our typical like, medieval fantasy setting. It was kind of this just other world mixed with ours. So one, to pull back, because I don't know how popular it ever was, but the Pendragon series was one of my favorite sci-fi-ish, fantasy-ish books growing up. Mm-hmm. Has anyone in chat ever heard of this series? Am I just imagining this? I don't know. We'll find out. Do we want to switch accounts? I think I've done about all I can with my guys here. I'm going to keep grinding in the background to see if I can get closer to unlocking that dragon before I end the stream. But it would probably be great to see what Vlad can show us about like what later in the game looks like.
So
Okay, can you see mine now?
Now I can.
Okay, good. Mind you, it's not that I will be showing off any, developer's account hacked and,
No, but I am seeing your party level or adventure level or whatever at 1,000 while I'm down at 50. So.
Well, it's normal when you play. This is actually a job requirement that's been told at Holyday Studios to any new recruits. That the minute you come to work, first thing you do, you actually launch the actual game client. Yes, you might have the stage version on Unity, on the other screen, but you would have your personal account, on the other screen, and you would actually play the game. Just to know the feeling that the players have actually. And this is the very, healthy mentality, in my opinion. So
I
this
like
this one is my personal. It's nothing much to it. I'm not spending any moolah on this one. It's just because Firestone has a history. It began as a single-player project and evolved, and ever since, it's the idea behind it that it is a free-to-play game. Yes, we love it when people spend on our game. Thank you for that. But the majority of the player base is still free to play.
I gotta get that dragon.
And so the team has to know what the actual player base expectations, experiences, and the feelings are. So this is why I, as a game designer, maintain my main account as a free-to-play player, with no advancement and no help from the outside. So yeah, the Halloween event has started,
oh yeah, we can check that out.
Yeah. Over time, this guy would come. Not this guy. This is the member of my party, but
this person,
Jack-o'-lantern, would come
Maxwell.
Through the screen and bring you some pumpkins, which might.
I just realized we have the two side by side. Chat. Does she look more like Maxwell or Emberlyn? Just gonna leave it to chat to decide. Anyway, Vlad, you were saying?
Okay, yeah, I think she's Amberlyn, by the way. And you're being mean.
No, nice. I would never be mean on stream. That would be rude. Oh, I'm gonna get an HR talk again.
And I just realized that our spider is just four-eyed. So yeah. Anyway, and if you will be mean, I will say that you're cosplaying Trashies, the Wacky Beans, so, you know.
Oh my god! But save that for a bit when I show my Frank Kong Stein's monster here at the end of the stream.
So, thanks to our artists, the avatars for this event are nice. And there are some other like subtle tweaks. I don't know if you've noticed that the usual town menu, you know, bats, the shapes, the rest. It's what we like to do. You know, the seasonal events. There are several of them through the year, but we try to make them fun. Not only, you know, on the face of it, but rather putting some smaller, maybe not too noticeable touches to the game for those who love the game. And there are a lot of them. We love our community, as I told before. We have probably, you know, as the gamers, we have noticed that over the years, the communities with different multiplayer games, they grow toxic at times, you know, and become rather unfriendly to the player.
You don't say!
No, I would, you know, actually. And the thing that we love is that for us being several years in the operation, you know, the community is still growing. We have to open the new servers, you know. The spirit of rather, you know, just pleasant, mild, friendly community is maintained by the people themselves. We do not do anything with it, you know. The community has been moderated by the mods who are just players and do this for the love of the game itself, you know. It became actually years before, it became and is maintained as a self-sustaining reaction, you know, just players manage the community for themselves, and it works. You know, when you give power to the people with no rules, you know, maybe just a few asks by us. It's not even the guidelines, you know. And they would maintain it, you know, as a good thing. That's probably one of the greatest experiences that we have been taught by life while working on this game. You know, give people what they want, and they would make it a nice home. You know?
I definitely, I've seen bits of that in our own community as well. And, you know, given that this game and Kongregate as a site have a long history together, I'm sure there's some crossover there. And yeah, like, it's the same in our community, and I'm really happy about that, is there's very little toxicity. They love to share their opinions about us, of course, but they are very kind to each other, which I always really appreciate. And they're really welcoming of new players. And that's just always really nice. And it's nice to hear that that's happening in this community as well, because it just makes joining the game that much more pleasant and asking questions that much more pleasant.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that the last time we've live streamed Firestone a few different times, and every single time we have tons of people from your community coming to like talk how amazing the game is. And I was just like, I just love your community like so much, because they really are like so kind, so excited to see like what we had going on. And it was kind of funny because the first time that we played, I think we started from a new account, and everyone was like being like so supportive of us like going through this for the like first time ever. And I really was like curious, like how did you like help to foster that community? And like how do you like communicate with your player base? You know,
I'm a community manager, so I will be writing notes on your on your strategies.
You know, the thing that we take a lot of notice while we might not be showing this, we track the chats within the game, because we're old school. There is a chat, you know, and we pay attention. We track the Discord servers, and we have separate channels with our moderators group, which is not several people, it's like a number of people, which act as mediums basically between us and the community. So we get the trends, we get the needs, we get the asks, and we decide what to do with them. You know, the game has evolved a lot it wasn't always based on the demands of the players because they vary, and sometimes they might go the opposite ways. But we definitely take this into consideration and account when we try to do something new or just make amends to what we have just done and see that the reply or the reaction was not as we planned. But rather open to the feedback. And this is great that we continue to get them. So.
And it shows if you're collecting feedback and then acting on it and the game is turning out like this, y'all must be doing something right because this is very fun to play.
Yeah.
The greatest thing, and that was the first thing one of the first things that I learned from my CEO when I came to work at Holyday. He said, "Do you know that we have players who actually maintain the wiki for the game? It's way more extensive than the actual game documentation. They know more than us about what's happening within our game."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an exaggeration, for sure. But to some extent, it is true, And for this, we are ever thankful because it leaves us way more resources to be put on the game development itself, knowing that everything else, like welcoming the new player or directing them to the to the wiki or just answering the question in chat. How do I do this? What am I to do with this one? What's the best way to progress? We know that it's been taken care of by the community itself. And it's probably the greatest feeling you can have as a game developer.
Yeah. I feel that way, like, even with the live streams. Everyone was, like, telling us, like, oh, hey, just so you know, we can actually hear all of you. And in the past, there was one where, like, for some reason, there was some, like, hiccup with, like, YouTube. And so everyone, like, collectively was like, we're going to go watch on Twitch until we can get back to YouTube again, which was really neat experience.
That, I don't know how much we showed that on stream, but that, that absolutely warmed Sophia's heart. She, that made her week after the stream. It's like, they came and they told me that I was streaming to the wrong place, and it was just like, thank you guys.
Yeah, it was really cute. I loved it, and I never stopped talking about it.
Oh, there we go. I can prestige again.
Yes.
That's the thing too about this game is I keep forgetting that I'm not sharing my screen. I'm still playing since I stopped sharing my screen. I just can't. It's just fun. It's a really good mix of what makes idle games fun, what makes MMOs fun, and kind of finding that right marriage of those two different genres and their mechanics. It's a fun loop.
The thing is that it's not a loop, rather it's a spiral, Whereas you repeat some actions over and over again. I hate when the idle games are called time killer, time killer, and it's not even a time filler. It's rather a thing that allows you to alt tab to anything, You can switch to your life. And then switch back at any given moment, like this, do a few clicks and know that the game itself would progress and you can come back at any time. And it doesn't require your immediate attention right here, right now,
So, before I started working at
Kongregate,
about
the genre,
Yeah. Before I started working at Kongregate, I didn't play that many idle games. I started getting idle games in preparation for my interview, and then I've just been playing more and more ever since, and they're really growing on me. I'm learning to love. And so, now it's getting to the point where I play some of my other strategy games or things in my free time, and I'm like, could you guys collect these resources while I'm at work? That'd be really useful if I came back and you guys had just gathered these things. All right, I'll be back. Once you start playing some idle games, they're addicting. Having that, I'm going to work on this and then let it do its own thing, and then work on this and let it do its own thing. It's a really nice feeling.
Probably one of the best Steam reviews that was left on this platform. I remember that one. The player has spent more than 11,000 hours with the game, and the review, it has just one line. I've played this game a bit, and I can tell it's a little bit addictive. My play. You can say more. So, I
so
love
mean.
the nuance.
I love the commitment.
By the way, you wanted to see the dragon here. Here it is, but a little bit evolved.
He gets so big.
Yeah, it evolves as well as our game. It starts cute, but not that it becomes mean. It becomes a little bit tougher, on the way.
Just stronger.
And it's not even the final. It's not even the final evolution. I mean, there are more, So.
Of course. Oh my God! I want him. Like, I like the fairy. Don't get me wrong. The fairy's nice, but if I had a little dragon in the back, everything would just be that much better.
To be honest, we've heard our community in terms of what they wanted, in terms of quality of life changes and some, game mechanic changes as well. I wouldn't, show our cards, too much because the development takes time, and it's an iteration process. You see the prototype, sometimes you come back to square one. It's a normal one. But working with the system of the guardians, like the fairy and the dragon, and maybe adding some more that's been in our game plan for quite some time now, and we even have some not even thoughts, but rather finalized versions of it already. We just don't know where we will roll them out. Yeah. Whereas Dragon might be your favorite one now.
I know. I'm very easily convinced. Well, so yeah, I mean, obviously you can't talk too much about like your future stuff because there's a lot of variables and all that. But like, what have been some of your favorite improvements to announce and deliver? Like, as someone who gets to make the announcements to our own community, there are some times where it's like, I'm so happy to finally announce this fix. Like, our community's been so upset for so long about this, and I can finally say it's fixed. Like, what was your favorite, like, we can finally deliver this announcement?
It's a good question. There is no one.
Okay.
It's not the announcement itself, rather the response that we get. Sometimes you work really hard on some things that has been requested and has been in the works for a really, really long time, because we wanted to answer the demand of the community or make it perfect and then deliver. And then you do it, and you feel like the load is off your shoulders, and the only reaction that you get is finally.
Yeah.
It's not that rewarding at the moment, but we're not in it for the for our expectation of such reaction or the reward. We know that how much effort even the littlest thing in the game requires. The actual delivery of these and seeing the reaction to it, it might be nice, it might be not. It might be constructive criticism, it might be just rants, it might be, yay, this is the cutest thing, or man, this is the best quality of life improvement.
The dragon is the cutest thing. Sorry.
Some things are the spider is,
Put them together and make a spider dragon.
Yeah. We've been through that in the beginning. The stream, and here I'm keeping tracks. I just wrote it down. So there is no one thing, but rather the process itself, and keeping the steady delivery and seeing how the community reacts and grows. To be honest, on top of it, it's like the way is everything. This is the way.
So it's about time to roll for creds / gems with the extra loot giveaway today. And so I wanted to give everyone the chance to answer a question, which Vlad, I would also love to hear your answer. So you can answer kind of one of two questions or both, but I wanted to say, like, what's your favorite thing about Firestone Idle RPG, and what do you think sets it apart from other idle games? So community, feel free to answer that if you'd like to, chat with us and make sure that you are entered to win the creds. And Vlad, feel free to share your answer as well.
What's my favorite thing? You know, yeah, the community itself. That's this is the thing that, and I'm not trying to sound corny, but time and time again, we might spend a week, 2 weeks, talking, game design with me and several other people who are involved, going into, merging different mechanics, trying it on, seeing if it works, finally liking the result. But then there is another filter through which everything goes on how it will be perceived, A, and B, does it or does it not break the fundamental rules that we have for the game? Not the rules not by means of the game mechanics, but rather that this is a free-to-play game. This is not a pay-to-win game. Yes, you can pay for something, but there is no thing
Like dragons.
that would give you an, like we call it in American football, unfair advantage. There is no unfair advantage anywhere in the game, and
Yay!
this is the needs and the responses of the player, of the player base is paramount, to be honest. And this is the most important thing for us, probably. Yeah. And the second question was, sorry, I digressed
and like,
a little bit.
what do you think Firestone apart from other idle games?
With me and my colleagues, we've been going to many game conventions here in Cyprus and abroad, and some people who just saw a promo page from any platform or actually managed to launch the client, they would say, "Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's like I don't know. It's a merge of this or that mechanic." Which it is not. I mean, indeed, we have taken the inspiration from many games just to see if it might work, but many of them stopped at the prototyping. And Firestone over the years became a rather unique blend, if you so wish, of the, and there is none other. Like the mechanic, we have the players who started to play day one, 4 years ago and more, and they're not in any way quitting, because the balancing of the game and the additional mechanics that we add, rather prolonging the existing ones or merging with the existing ones and growing another module. They offer depth of gameplay which could last for years, and many players love this. You don't not that this is an endless journey, but rather the way is long and rewarding.
I definitely feel like I'm one of those gamers. Like, I'm someone who will pick a game and then sink a lot of time into that one. And so, like, I love it when games are like that. I love it when games feel big, and that there's just all of these, like, goals inside of it that I can be accomplishing. Are we ready to...
Yeah, people are counting down in the chat because they.
But Sophia, before we roll, actually, this would be a good. Actually, let's roll, and then when we're collecting the usernames, that's when I'll show off my beautiful, beautiful baby boy. All right.
Oh, right.
realize how confusing that probably was. All right, we're counting down.
All right.
5,
Counting.
4, 3, 2. What's after 2?
People are counting down wrong.
1. Roll it. SDHA speedruns. Nice. We were just talking about you.
Congrats.
Nice. I'm gonna get that written down.
So yeah.
And that's
Make sure you let me know that username so I can give it to Vlad, and then they'll send you gems for Firestone on Monday.
In the meantime, while you rolled for the giveaway, I was having my ass kicked on the gameplay, and you
there's
know,
tanks.
the thing is that it's not like the actual game developer would come and with some magic wand, win every battle. And you see, right now I'm holding my. I have no idea.
It's getting close. Oh, that's really close. Also, there's tank battles. I want to unlock tank battles. That looks awesome.
There's so much. It goes so deep.
There is so much. Yeah, you can unlock many other things. But yeah, you would have to reach at least character level 50 to gain access to this. There are some mechanics that are not on the surface, which will you unlock given a few weeks of play. So yeah.
Well, I have a goal now. Real quick, before we wrap up with Firestone in this segment, I did want to remind everyone about Frank Kong Stein's Monster, which is happening in our Discord server, as I'm about to display. Oh, can I get Vlad? Would you mind if you stop sharing for a second so I can share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Apologies.
On you go.
Just wanted to share real quick. So. Community manager Elle has created this lovely, awesome event where she's gone through and she's taken bits and pieces of some of our favorite Kongpanions on the site and divided them up into little folders for you in our Discord so that you can put them back together in whatever configuration you think is best. And so I took some time this morning before the stream to do so, and I would like to introduce everyone to my friend. Is it going to go up? Kyle. This is Kyle. I'm so happy with what I've done here. And as you mentioned before, calling me the trash can, it's like, I appreciate that. I gave Kyle a little trash can hat because we are both trash people and we're proud of that. If you think Kyle's adorable, thank you very much. You can see him on Discord. You can add your reaction to him. And if you would like to make your own beautiful, wonderful curse creation, check out the Frank Kong Stein's lab channel of our Discord to do so.
It's a lovely one.
I'm waiting
Thank
for
you.
someone to make one that's all mouths.
We did cite someone was talking about making one that was all eyes, and I'm really excited for biblically accurate angel companion.
Yeah, that one will be fun.
But what's with the magnet?
Why not? Sometimes you need to stick to stuff when you ever been walking on some wet stainless steel flooring and been like, man, this is really slippery. If only I was magnetic, I would not be in danger right now.
No, I would say I'm still grounded on Earth and not on some space station. So
well, this is an issue in Kyle's life that he has adapted to.
Beautiful. So a couple of things. One, I wanted to mention this earlier, but I just never got to it. When you thought that I said four-eyed dragon, I actually said four-eyed kraken.
What?
Yeah, kraken.
This shows how much I listen to you.
Yeah, it does. But I just went with it because I thought it was really funny. And then someone in the chat said that I should dress Soleil next time, and I wanted to say that I almost did because in reality.
Oh, we lost her at the most important moment.
What?
Oh, she's back. No, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Okay.
No, you lagged out for a half second, and I was so worried we were going to end the stream with more chaos. You're back.
No.
So we heard about Soleil.
Yeah, and because I thought that I actually looked more like Soleil, but I want to find an excuse to wear my orange wig, which is part of my actual Halloween costume. Yeah. So, but I haven't told Adrian what my Halloween costume is yet. So we'll save that maybe for next week when we play. Let's see, we're playing Raid Heroes, and we're also going to be playing. We're also going to be playing Heather's Halloween Christmas because Heather is going to be on our stream next week. So we're going to have
awesome.
Yeah. It'll also be an extra long live stream next week. It'll be 2 hours instead of 1, although we usually run long anyway.
As we are currently already 10 minutes over.
Yeah, exactly. And then I also wanted to share some of the answers from the community about what they said that their favorite things were.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Let's see. So one person said the community as well. And then someone else said that they really like that you can lay back and strategize or dive into nonstop action about this game. So those are the favorites.
Cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say I like that too. I like games that let me just jump in, start doing stuff, and then afterwards take 2 seconds to stop and read the tooltips and actually learn how to play.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you loved this special live stream and join us next week.
Yeah.
Next week's special Halloween.
I was gonna say real quick,
Oh yeah.
Vlad, do you want to anything that we should know about coming up in Firestone's future that you want to let us know about here? No. I'm not trying. This is just me letting you announce any events or anything. I'm not trying to. I mean, if you want to give us an exclusive, that would be nice. But
the seasonal event, it's a regular one. It went out today. As to the big fishers incoming, we have actually learned. Okay, but we still hear you. We have learned over the years to keep our cards rather close to the chest, and then just like they said in the Master and Commander movie, with Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany, the ship's cook, when the captain asks him when the dinner will be served, it will be ready when it's ready. So we perfect the things and then we roll them out. And then we find out that they were indeed imperfect. So we go and fix them up. Okay.
What, you mean you don't get it perfectly correct the first time every time? Are you, some kind of normal human being?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks a lot for sharing your insight into the history of Firestone and what you've been doing with it and some of the improvements you've made and some of just the awesome, cool things you've been building on top of it. It's been really cool to hear about this game and its legacy and your contribution.
Thank you so much. Just keep playing. It's an idle game. It could go for a really long time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I can't end the stream without Sophia to end it. So, Sophia, I'm just going to write you a message. And you...